So I thought I'd do a little update here on my Sanctuary Hills settlement. Got nothing too new in this building here, but I did work on this shelf a little bit. Wanted to work on the item placement on it. Also because a lot of the stuff had fallen through the floor here for some reason. Luckily some of the stuff fell onto the shelf here, so I was able to pick it up and put it back up. But a few things are still down there. I didn't feel like tearing all the floor and the power armor stands all apart to get under there. And this cone also fell down and got stuck in this bottom shelf here, so I scrapped it, ran up to Vault 101 and got a new one. But if you want to see a tour of this whole building, I'll put a link in the top right corner. You can click on that, and that's a full tour of the settlement. This is just a little update on some of the stuff I've been working on. But of course here I still got all my guards. They're just guarding the front here because we do get attacked from that way once in a while, but it is very rare to get attacked here.
Yes.
So of course this is all about the same. I did work on a few things in here also. So same with the item placement. I've been trying to fill these shelves up with certain things.
My feet hurt. Everything hurts.
But I did work on my weapons trader. I gave him this little overhang here, help block him from the sun, give him a little shade. Now he's got that red phone. There's only one of those. That's from the Creation Club. There's a Nuka-Cola pack you can get. And if you go do the mission, there's this red phone sitting there. It's the only red phone I've ever seen in the game. Gave him a little fan. I'm going to try to find a good quality one to give him, but he's got that one for now. And I put these little blockades here to stop NPCs from walking back here. They don't normally do that, but sometimes I'll find them wandering around at night. And if you want to, you can walk through here in case you want to put any items in these things or maybe mix some soda. But that's about it for this spot. I was working on this new building. We'll show you that here in a minute. For all these finished areas, I'm starting to place like items around, like, you know, bottles and cups and ashtrays. I'm afraid that I don't want to do too much of that kind of stuff, but it seems to be running pretty smoothly right now. Same with here. I did place a stim pack. These you might see in the last video, but I did think the stim pack would look cool there. And of course I'm tweaking a lot of this stuff to make it a little more straighter. A lot of the stuff gets crooked after a while, and I think that's from going back and forth, or NPCs walk into it. I put the Nuka-Cola truck here in the car, the cigarette box, just because he's general goods. He's got all sorts of stuff. I did wrap mute fruit all around this front of this building and into the front here. This is basically where it was before, but I removed some of it to get this building in, and I put the ones I deleted out front here to the side. I was thinking about bringing this one out a little more because I might be able to place, because see, just to make it look a little more, there we go. But I can always tweak that later. I've been working on the street lights. I did add some more street lights here. Eventually they're going to go all the way down. I don't want to delete this tree, so I'm going to see if I can place a thing on it to continue, because I like to keep the trees. I like to keep the broken cars, stuff like that. But we'll come back to this building. There's nothing too exciting in there, but we'll come back to that. I want to show you my room I've been working on. If you watched the previous video, you'll see this room is pretty empty compared to the way it is now. Oh, and these are cool. You can build these little the bobblehead guys, but you can't move them once you place them. But you can scrap them. So you go in here and you can scrap it, but you can't pick it up, which I thought was weird. But they're pretty cool to have. That's in the Creation Club. Was it the third floor? Second floor is power armor. Show you a couple things I worked on in there. And in here is my room. You got the overseer, employees only, restricted area. So this is my new room. I've been working on this quite a bit. This is a little meeting area for all of us if we want to come up here and plan some stuff. But of course, I'm the only one usually up here. And I got my my weight bench has been lifting itself forever now. I don't know why. If you've ever seen that, let me know. I just thought that was kind of funny. Of course, you can come up here, get the basketball, and shoot some hoops if you want. Oh, I made it! Wow. So that was fun. And then boom, you get in here, got some extra basketballs in case you want to shoot some hoops or something. Of course, I had a little living room area, so you can come down, grab a soda. I haven't put any soda in here yet, but I will. And then you can sit down, watch some TV, you know. And over here, this is a Creation Club item. It's the VR booth. I haven't used it yet. You have to power it, so I have to figure that out. But once I power it, I'll be looking into that a little bit. Of course, I've been working on this wall, just placing a bunch of items. This room isn't 100% yet, but I am getting to a spot to where I kind of like it. And then same with this bear sign as the other one in my first house. You have to go to the campgrounds and drag it all the way back here, just kind of hold it. And I think that's when some of my items fell through the floor, is because I notice if you fast travel back, things won't despawn or fall through the floor, but if you walk up from a distance to your settlement, it seems to lag a little bit. I think the stuff isn't loaded in yet, so a lot of the movable objects will fall through the floor because the solid objects haven't loaded in yet. Of course, I got my power armor. This one is the first set you get when you do the Minutemen missions, but the Minutemen are still at the town. I haven't brought them here. I like to have the regular settlers here instead of them because, you know, Preston and all them can just be in the way, and you can't really tell them, all of them, to do stuff like farm, so a little more efficient to have actual settlers instead of those guys. And of course I got some of the Nuka stuff. That came from the Nuka-Cola pack. Nuka-Cola pack's pretty cool because you have all this stuff in here that's literally all Nuka-Cola. It's really cool. That's part of the Creation Club, so you get the fridges, clocks, beds, all sorts of stuff in here, which is cool. Couches, curtains, flags. So that's pretty cool. We'll show that off at some point. But yeah, this is my new room I've been working on. And we'll show you the 4th floor. Nothing too exciting up here. Actually, really nothing at all. Except this is going to be put into the new building. This is the Hellfire armor. I bought that from the Creation Club. I'm not too happy with it. It's kind of bulky looking. I mean, I like it, but I thought it'd be a little bit different. It does look a little thick for, like, I don't know. It just doesn't look right to me, but I do like it. I bought it because when I was doing my Fall 3 house tour, I'll also throw that in the top right if you want to check that out. I did a little house tour there and I saw the Hellfire armor and it gave me a little reminder that I wanted to get that from the Creation Club. And also it was on sale, so I was able to get that for cheap. So if you saw before, you can turn these lights off and shut this door. They're separate. I ran the cord through the wall, so you're able to do the lights and doors separate. And that's what I'm going to do for this building here. You're going to be able to open the door, turn the lights on. But right now, it just turns the lights on. I'd like to know what your thoughts are in this building. If you have any thoughts on what I should do or what I should place around here. I was thinking about making the bottom like a cafe area. Up top can be power armors and storage. And then, of course, I can probably build a 3rd floor at some point. But yeah, right now this switch does lights and the door, but eventually I'll have a switch maybe inside that does just the lights. And of course this door goes out the side, and you can go over this way if you want to go run and buy stuff from these guys and then bring it in here or whatever. I just saw having a little side door, especially since I tried to line it up with this door, this path as best I could. But I wanted it to also match up with this stuff here. I didn't want it to go through it or be too far away from it because the existing house that was here before I deleted. We'll go upstairs, nothing too exciting up there, but this eventually maybe be a taller elevator for the you know, in case I add a 3rd floor or 4th floor. I was thinking about placing power armors like all around this way because I'm starting to work on more suits. I do have more power armor. I'm just got to go buy some frames. But luckily the frames are fairly cheap, but that's what's nice about being able to buy frames is you don't really find too many frames out in the wild. Excuse me. But yeah, for now that does that. But yeah, and oh, I think I mentioned the street lights, but if I didn't mention the street lights, I've been finishing up the street lights here. I think I mentioned those, yeah. But working on the street lights, I don't want to delete this tree, because it's cool to have the trees and the cars just sitting around, because most people scrap them. Let me see here. I think that's about it for now. But I've been spending a lot of time playing some other games, and I decided to come back to this, and I've been putting some hours into it, building. Oh, they're pounding. They went out. So, but yeah, that's about it for now. I'll do a full video on when it's fully done. I'm always going to be working on it, so I don't know if it's ever like going to be fully done, but once I get to a point to where I feel like it's pretty much done, I'll make a decent video and go throughout the whole thing and show everything off. But if you thought this was cool, let me know. If you have any ideas for me, any tricks to help build, let me know. And I want to say thanks a lot for watching.